Reverse diabetes naturally. Information about insulin therapy. When you think about diabetes in a general sense, your mind might immediately flash to finger pricks. But while insulin therapy is common, it's not for everyone who has been diagnosed with the disease. If you have diabetes type 2, it's important to understand the basics on insulin before making a decision with your doctor about whether you need it to control your blood sugar, including what it is, what it does, what its potential benefits are, and how to overcome the fear of finger pricks if you've been prescribed the therapy. What does the pancreas do? How insulin affect blood sugar levels? The pancreas, a gland located deep in our abdomen, releases the hormone insulin. Insulin's primary purpose is to help transport glucose, or blood sugar, to our liver, muscle, and fat cells to be used for energy or to be stored for later use. In people without diabetes, this process works smoothly, with the pancreas meeting the body's demands for insulin and that sufficient insulin transporting glucose to cells. Consequently, blood sugar levels stay within a normal range. But when insulin resistance occurs, the body's cells don't respond correctly to insulin. With this condition, which can also occur in the absence of type 2 diabetes, the pancreas's beta cells attempt to release more and more insulin to ferry glucose to cells. When beta cells aren't able to meet the body's demands for insulin, blood sugar accumulates, leading to diabetes and other health issues. How can insulin injections help people manage diabetes? The type 2 diabetes naturally progresses when your pancreas produces less and less insulin, so if you're diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, you've already lost half the functionality of your beta cells, which produce, store, and release insulin in the pancreas. By the time, with this minimal function, the need for injected insulin increases. When you need insulin shots to control blood sugar, at diagnosis, some people still produce enough insulin to hit their blood glucose targets by eating healthfully, getting physical activity, and losing weight. Others need to start diabetes medications with or without insulin right away. If your diabetes is out of control, that is, if your blood glucose levels are above 250 mg per deciliter, milligram per deciliter, and your A1C is above 9, then insulin is the only therapy that will lower your blood glucose levels enough. If you gain better control, you may be able to manage without insulin for a while. But as the body gradually produces less insulin, nearly everyone with type 2 diabetes needs either oral medication, insulin, or a combination of the two. Even if you have been prescribed insulin, it's still important to exercise regularly, manage stress, and follow a diabetes diet to achieve control over your blood sugar. Overcome the fear of insulin injections. Many people are afraid to start taking insulin when their doctor recommends it. Some believe that starting insulin means their health will worsen. Others fear the injections themselves or are anxious about the disruptions, inconveniences, and changes taking insulin will cause. Meanwhile, other people worry about hypoglycemia, which is when blood glucose falls below 70 mg per deciliter, and you feel dizzy or shaky. It happens, but it's rare in people with type 2 diabetes. Some doctors may escalate these fears by positioning the need for insulin as a punishment for a patient failure to make lifestyle changes to control blood glucose. In reality, the problem is beta cell failure that happens naturally during the course of diabetes. It is not from failing to follow a healthful diet. How to reverse diabetes naturally without insulin injection. As to avoid the therapy of insulin injection due to your uncontrollable blood sugar levels, I would recommend a natural way to reverse your diabetes. The Diabetes Breakthrough will let you know the root causes of diabetes and how to reverse your type 2 diabetes by method that had been scientifically proven to work better, faster, cheaper and safer than prescription drugs and insulin injections. Please visit the link to find out the way, https://diabetes-type2.healyourpain247.com.